Hey everyone, Slambo here, hopping on another contest. This one I'm almost getting in right at the end, but this is for Rich Strickler. This is the Desert Island Dozen contest. He asked us a few questions. Show at least one Beatles album and at least one Rolling Stones album, and then show 10 more records that are not best ofs or greatest hits, that are studio recordings from the classic rock era between the years 1964 and 89. I picked out my 10, and I've got one more, and I might be disqualified for this, but there's one question that I can't answer. So I'll start out, show one Beatles album, and I'm going to show, this is the Hey Jude record, and this is actually on Apple Records. Let me pull it out. There's the label. Boy, we get the shadow on that. Let's get it out of the sleeve and we can take a look at it even better. There it is. So there's my Beatles record, is Hey Jude, or the Beatles Again, colloquially known as Hey Jude. Let's see. The next question is the one, if I'm going to be disqualified, this is the question I'd be disqualified for. Show one Rolling Stones album. I don't have any. It never entered my collection as a physical media. I've streamed a lot of Rolling Stones, but I never bought a Rolling Stones record either on any format, and so I don't have one that I can show physically. So if I'm disqualified for that, so be it. But I've still got the rest of the 10 to show. So the rest of the 10 are the other 10 Desert Island discs. Let's start off with the CDs because they're here on top of the pile here. I've shown this in a couple of other videos. This is They Might Be Giants' first record. My favorite track on here is the third track. It's called Number 3, and the very first bits of the lyrics are, "There's only 2 songs in me, and I just wrote the third." And that's also the first real rock band that I saw in concert, so that's why I picked that one. Then I've got Art of Noise in Invisible Silence, or Invisible Silence. This is one that I heard on the radio every once in a while on KROQ. And the track that was played the most is Peter Gunn, the theme song to the TV show. So I'm going with that one as number 2 on my Desert Island 11 instead of 12. Next one is another band that I actually got to see live in Santa Barbara. This is Hot Tuna, featuring Jorma Kaukonen, who is one of the guitarists for another big band that a lot of people know. This one is him and another person, Jack Cassidy, on bass, and Will Scarlett on harmonica. This was recorded September 1969 in Berkeley. I got to see the band in about 1990-ish, probably 1990, in Santa Barbara. This is small group blues. So Hot Tuna is the next one on my list. And then, of course, one everybody knows. We gotta go with at least one Pink Floyd, and Dark Side of the Moon is it. You know, I've got The Wall, but I really like Dark Side of the Moon better. I don't need to go into too much detail on that one because you should all know that one. And it's falling over, so let's turn it over that way so it doesn't fall over on top of my things here. The next one on my list is actually, let's do this one next. This is Talking Heads' Little Creatures. And She Was, Creatures of Love, Stay Up Late, Television Man, and Road to Nowhere. They're all songs that I've heard on the radio a ton of times, and every time they come on, I still sing along with them. So that's going on my Desert Island list. So I said Desert Island Dozen, and the only reason I keep it at dozen is because the next one is actually a 2-disc set. It's Boingo Alive. This is not a compilation. This is not a best of. This is Danny Elfman getting back together with other people to do Oingo Boingo songs one more time in the studio for a new record. So this is not a best of. This is not a compilation. This is an actual studio recording that's on 2 discs, but it covers all of the hits that they had. So you can call it a greatest hits record, but it really wasn't created as a greatest hits record. It was created as a memorial to Oingo Boingo. So I love the artwork on these as well. So there's one disc and there's the other one. they had a lot of skeletons in their artwork, and skeletons in a fun way. And let's see, the insides of these are pretty plain. They both have kind of black liner notes there, and a plain disc, but alternate takes of everything that they're known for. So that's the only reason I can still call this a dozen, for having 12 discs. All right, so from that we move into the last few I've got are on vinyl. And the next one I'm going to pick is John Hartford, All You Need Is Love. And I'm picking this one because it has some of my favorites of his tracks. It's got Boogie, it's got Dancing in the Bathtub, and then it's got, let's see, where's the other one? Let's see, it's got some of the slower songs that he's done, some of the more sentimental songs, so like Gentle on My Mind, All in the Name of Love, and let's see, Deckhand's Waltz is also really good. This is one of the people that I got to see live at McCabe's, and because of that, this is one of my picks. Next one, I can't go to a desert island without some Monty Python, so I'm going to pick Monty Python's Contractual Obligation album. This is the first one that I actually bought myself as a Monty Python record. And I remember when my mother gave a copy of this to my father, and then he played it, and then my sisters and I listened to it a lot. So I can recite most of what's on there. This is another one that, in fact, the last two are also ones that I remember seeing my mother give to my father, and now I have my own copies. This one I know I've shown in a couple of videos recently as well, Steve Martin, A Wild and Crazy Guy. And I picked this one because it's got the song King Tut. And I mentioned in at least one other video, talking about seeing the King Tut exhibition as it came through California in the mid-70s. And the last one I've got is the Mason Williams phonograph record. This is the one that has classical gas, like it says there on the hype sticker. The sticker is actually on the record cover and not on the sleeve, or not on the outer sleeve, or on the shrink wrap, which is now missing from here. But this one has a couple of other songs on here that I like, and the other one that I played the most on my radio show back in the 90s was the Prince's Panties. That's one that I would not recommend Googling just because of the name, but it's not what it sounds like. It's not referring to an article of clothing in the title there. But those are my picks for Desert Island Dozen. It said only one album per artist, while the Oingo Boingo, even though it's 2 discs, they were both released as one album. It says you must include one Rolling Stones album. I don't have any, so if I'm going to get disqualified, so be it. But there we go. Those are my picks for my Desert Island 11-ish, 12-ish dozen. That's what I've got today. See you next time.